Hello.
Well, I'd say today was the first successful day of looking at houses that we've had.
Yeah, I mean, we actually found one that we like. I really liked this house way more than I anticipated to. I don't have anything to compare the house to because all the other ones we've seen so far have not even been contenders, so it's nice to have like a couple options of contenders. And I think we should tell them a little bit about like what the house was like and what we like.
It was on 2 acres. It was from 1850?
1860.
1860. It had a really big barn area that was connected to the house, like most Vermont homes. It had an entire upstairs that needed to be like refinished completely. I mean, it literally looked like it had been stripped of everything that made
There was so much potential in the upstairs, though.
Mhm.
There were
That was-
four rooms up there.
Yeah, that was what was so confusing because when we went to go see the listing, we were like, that's a lot of square footage for what's literally
For a
listed as a
two-bed,
two-bed,
one
one bath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the entire downstairs is all it was talking about. It's not even considering the fact that
You could
there's...
have another 3 bedrooms up there plus another like whole living space.
Yeah. Yeah, like a whole separate quarters essentially upstairs, which would be like really cool.
So it really excites me at the thought of like renovating the upstairs and bringing it back to its like original glory in that sense and having a lot of extra rooms and spaces. If you're confused, we did change. We picked up our pup Cypress and we headed over to the lake so that he could go swimming since he was inside while we were going to check out the house.
Mm-hmm.
But
we also went and checked out a small property that was, it was like 4 acres with a driveway that we wanted to check out.
The pictures were very old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I don't think anyone's been interested in this site since they listed it for sure.
The driveway is very overgrown at this point. There isn't really a fully flat space to build a house, but the road that it's on and the property is very beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like 5 minutes from this huge crystal clear reservoir right here in the middle of Vermont. So.
Which is a selling point for me, I must say. This is a beautiful piece of water.
The only things that really like bummed me out about this property specifically is that like it was 2 acres, but it was
We're back
like
on the house, by the way.
Yeah, it was like 1 of the acres was in the very front, which was like usable land. It even had like a spot for the bus that's already like electric hookup, like and
it's
flat.
It's like side yard.
Yeah, it's like a side yard. But the actual property goes in behind it, and it could have been potentially like a really awesome place to have livestock, goats or something like that. But
it goes uphill a little bit, and then it does flatten out. So you could put like another tiny cabin up there or do something cool with the space up there. It'd be a little hard to get materials up and down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sold. I did really like it though, more than I thought I would.
The people bought it in like 3 years ago. They put a brand new roof on it, and then it didn't work out for them. I think like relationship issues or something. They were getting out of it. So They literally got in, made it better, and now are selling it for only $10K or what, essentially $20K more than what they're selling.
They bought it for $290 and it's listed for $310 right now.
Mm-hmm. So essentially,
yeah. $310 is definitely higher than I wanted to spend. $300 is like the max. As Jalen said earlier, we'd really love to stay in the $250 to $275 range. So I'm hoping that a couple more things come on the market. One thing about Vermont is that there aren't a lot of houses here. There's not a ton of housing.
There's really not a lot of housing in general. Like I've heard that even like renting properties is like really, really hard here. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not like people are coming and building apartments and stuff, but that's something we love about it too. So you gotta find stuff when it comes on the market. And
so the market's very slow.
Yeah.
We'll see when the next thing pops up that's in our price range, but it does make me feel like I maybe want more than 2 acres just based on what we saw today, because at the end of the day, whatever you're getting doesn't mean it's all usable land.
Right.
And so to have at least 2 of those be usable would be amazing.
Felt like maybe half of the property was really like usable and ready to be used.
Yeah. And they had something cool.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
He said, how's that guy know my name?
Something cool that they had was they had this RV pad already set up with electric, which we don't need for our bus because we've got solar, but it is a cool feature to have. And they did have a space where they had a greenhouse previously. It wasn't there right now, which maybe would have been more of a selling point if we saw some additional structures on the property.
I'm just excited to see that there is something close to our price range that we do like. And like it needed help, like, but it was like exciting stuff to do, but it wasn't right off the bat work, which it feels really good. Like we could just like,
you could just ignore the upstairs for the first year.
Yeah, literally just ignore it. Sleep downstairs, enjoy the downstairs because it was fully ready to go.
There are some things, the more we see, the more I realize I'm wanting though. One of those is something that has 2 bathrooms. I feel like if you're, and this is all relative, and I'm trying to still like really rack my brain, because if we built a property, obviously we're not going to build something huge. It'll probably start with like a 1-bed 1-bath cabin that could be a guest house if we build something bigger. But once you have a home that is so big and you're talking 3-4 bedrooms, that expectation is to have more than 1 bathroom. Like, I don't want to share a bathroom.
Yeah, I understand.
If we're planning to fill that house in that way. Mm-hmm. So it seems like we don't know what we want, but the expectations for what I want out of land and what we would do on our own versus what I want out of something that we're buying is very different. If I'm going to spend $300,000 on a house that has the potential to be 4 bedrooms, I want it to have more than 1 bathroom, and that is really important to me.
Yeah, but it had the space to make
a bathroom. You could put a bathroom in there if you wanted to. Yeah. For sure. There's a lot of potential there. I mean, I don't necessarily see it as a forever home for us, but I think that we could really increase the value of the property with the visions that we see for it. And maybe it's like, we own it for 5 years and then we sell it and we build equity in that way. I don't know.
I mean, I could set you up with, a nice property in Nicaragua somewhere after you sell that.
Like, I want to rip out the carpets in the bedrooms and restore the wood floors. I want to refinish the 1 bathroom that there is. I'd love to add a second one. Mm-hmm. That's a lot already. Make some sort of privacy in the front with like some sort of trees
I wonder
or
what
bushes
it is about this home that we both see. We see that we like it, even though it needs all of this shit. Like, it literally needs an entire upstairs.
Because
it
has a livable space still. Yeah. It's not like the whole place looks like that, which some of the places we've seen do, where every room needs, immediate work for you to feel comfortable in. We could feel comfortable in the downstairs.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest bummer about our price range right now is that at $250 to $275, I mean, it's purely just fixer-uppers. Like, that's it.
Which is fun. It sounds fun, but
it just seems like a lot of money for something that, like, in general, like, that's a lot of money for thinking about something that you're not, like, immediately, like, I could live in this,
Like, I have to put $50,000 in before it's, which that could totally be an exaggeration. I don't think it would cost that much unless you're putting in, like, I mean, the kitchen was great, so that is a huge expense that they probably upgraded already, if not them, the people before. Yeah. A lot of rambling about this house, but it feels really good to step into one we like, and I hope that something else comes on the market that we like, and because if nothing else comes on and then this sells, we might feel a little sad about it. And I think this is the first one that we'll feel that way about. That we've seen. It's not off our list, so that's exciting.
Yeah, usually these trips to go see houses are purely just check off lists. Yep, that's not it. Yep, that's not it. Yep, that's not it.
Yep.
Like
almost the second we step in, I'm like, nope.
Yep.
It's out.
Or crawl in, as we did with the $17.99 home. It
home was so out, but the property was so beautiful. Well, let us know if you want to see more of home tours through Vermont as we continue on this journey of figuring out what it is that we want, what we can find in our price range, and trying to make the most of it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps our channel so much, and we enjoy making these for you.
And thanks for coming back to all the people that keep sticking around and hanging out with us here.
Yeah, totally. All right. We'll see you next week.
Peace.